Okay, we're good to go. All right, I'd like to call to order the Planning Advisory Committee meeting of June 15th, 2020 to order. And item number 2 is record of an attendance. And could I have a motion, please, to excuse Alex Calvin, and Brittany Merrifield with cause, please?
So moved.
Do I have a second? And on the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Chairman has no remarks this evening. And we'll move on to, I need a motion to accept the minutes of the PAC meeting of May 4th and May 19th of 2020.
So moved.
Seconder?
Second.
Questions on the motion? Okay. Contrary, none, I believe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Little off kilter here. I need a motion also for item 5, regular council meeting minutes of April 14th, May 11th, May 25th, and special meeting of May 20th.
So moved.
Seconder?
I'll second.
On the question?
Just so that before we move the motion, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a note that we have a new town manager, John Ennis-Wind, who will be joining our team the 1st of August.
Oh, thank you, Bev. You guys, the council has met him in person or just web?
Just through the web and everything. He is currently the town manager for the city of Battleford, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
And comes to us with a lot of experience with economic development and a lot of things that we feel the town's going to need as it moves forward.
Great. Thank you. I guess motion is carried. And item 6 is declaration of conflict of interest. Does anybody have a conflict of interest tonight with tonight's agenda?
No.
No.
Good. All right, we'll move on to item 6, which is the applicant for variance of 21 McLean Road. And anybody, I guess what we'll do is anybody that wants to speak in favor of the application, give us your name and address, and just go ahead and tell us what you think is positive about the variance, please.
Is that us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had submitted some photos. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to see those and kind of get an idea what our yard looks like. We're trying to get this little pool. It's 3 feet of water so that our littlest one can touch. We were kind of just hoping to get a pool for this summer where everything with the pandemic, we can't really get out. And we've had very limited contact with any of their friends, probably mostly because I work in the ICU. So a lot of people aren't comfortable with my kids visiting them or their kids coming here or whatever. And so all their swim lessons are canceled that we do at Crystal Beach every year, and survival camp is canceled. So we thought this would be a perfect year to get a little pool, but there's no way we would be able to get 25 feet back off the street line. So we have the pool set up. We could actually bring it back a little further if we had to. It still wouldn't be 25 feet. But we're willing to come back further if you want us to move it back further. If it's okay, then we just leave it where it is. It was still placed where it was just so we could avoid going underneath the apple tree and chopping the apple tree down. but we could bring it back a little bit. We can't go much further based on the well being there. And if anybody hasn't had a chance to see the pictures, I can certainly take the computer out here and you can see the backyard now.
There is an issue of the pool possibly under the electrical wires. Has that been resolved?
It's not under the electrical wire. It's off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I look right under the electrical wire and kind of step away from it, it looks like it's about 3 feet away from the directly under it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I did see the pictures.
Yeah. If you wanted,
David sent those out to us this afternoon.
yeah. Did anybody want to see? We can go back in the yard and show you what it looks like.
Well, if you want to take a trip to the backyard, go for it.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to unplug it and we'll kind of go out. Maybe it'll make sense a little bit more.
I see you're still got your scrubs on.
Yeah, well, I'm headed in for a night shift. They're letting me come in a little bit late. Thank you.
That's one thing in life I don't miss.
Right? Were you a nurse?
No, good heavens, no. I was a dietitian. Food service.
It's a very important part of that.
Pardon me?
It's a very important part as well.
Right?
Getting them fed.
I won't tell you what the nurses in my family told me when they found out I was going to be a dietitian.
Yeah, we've definitely struggled with we don't have family here, so we didn't really have a bubble for a while. And then I think the fact that he does hemodialysis in the hospital, and then I work in the ICU, so a lot of our friends aren't comfortable hanging out with our kids. Anyway. You guys see that?
So is your yard fenced in?
Yes.
The yard is fenced in.
Yeah.
So behind me is they do play in a lot and climb. We will. We don't really want to, but and then the wellhead is right there behind me. It's just covered in a little fairy house. So it could be moved back about 12 feet if we had to do that. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference. It still wouldn't be 25 feet from street level, but we could do the groundwork again. Cut down on the deep and not on the gravel edge. And then there's some part of the fencing there that has to have some chain link over it. So we've talked with Fundy Fencing and they'll come and do that. And then we just have to finish putting the latches on. So we'll make sure it's done, but we didn't want to go ahead and do anything until we know we had the go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. It's just been sitting there for a couple weeks waiting to see what we're going to do.
Does it have water in it already or?
No.
No? Okay.
Hold the bottom there.
We had Renfrew Construction was supposed to come, and we called them that morning and canceled it when we realized we got to get this permit and didn't get approved. So we held off for a little bit.
So David, they've submitted in a second site plan, and that's what we're basing that decision on?
Yeah, they've got the revised site plan.
Okay, good.
Does that help? Is there anything else you want to see out here?
I'm good.
I'm
good.
Okay.
Thank goodness for technology in times like these. Huh?
Yes. I'm actually starting to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Just wait till you're sitting in St. Andrews and can do it.
Yeah. Susan, we don't expect you to go for a walk either. As I'm looking at faces and hoping we're not terrorizing the next applicants.
So as a rule, when we do the meetings in public, we usually ask for 3 times for anybody who's going to speak in favor of the variance. And I don't believe anybody else has signed on except the Morrises. So is there anybody out there that wants to speak against the variance at 21 McLean Road? And again, I'll ask, is there anybody out there to speak against the application for 21 McLean Road? If not, could I get a motion, please, to accept the variance for 21 McLean Road?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Questions on the motion?
Should the motion not be read?
Yes, it should be read.
Yes.
I'll read the motion.
Okay. If not, I have it.
Oh, you're going to do it? Good for.
Okay. I move that the Planning Advisory Committee grant the request for variance to the Town of Grand Bay Westfield zoning bylaw number 112 for development of a pool and pool enclosure at 21 McLean Road, PID number 460881, paragraph A, by granting a variance of 3.35 meter to reduce the required front yard setback for a pool from 7.5 meter to 4.1 meters. And we already have the person who made the motion, the seconder. Any questions on the motion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary?
You
No?
got your pool, kids.
Yeah. So tomorrow you can get a hold of David and make the connection, and then he'll advise you where you can move forward from here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Now, if you guys want, you can sign off. You don't have to listen to the rest of us, the meeting, but that's your choice.
Okay.
I gotta go to work, so I'll go, but
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll move on to item number 8, which is application for variance for 228 and 232 Englewood Drive. And I believe the variance is and it's for street level and
Side,
oh, that's not it.
straight in front. Or side and front.
There. Now I got the right one. Street frontage and side yard setback. And anybody who want to speak in favor of this? I believe the Morris is on the line, the Morrises. Hello?
Yeah, we're just moving the garage from one property to another property. We own both properties, but we want the garage on what that previously was on one property to be part of the other property. And previously the measurement was 75 feet and they increased it to 100. And so Ed said we need to get a variance for that, and then something to do with the setback of the front. Yeah, it's not a big change, it's just a change.
So it's just more or less tidying up some property lines and a few other little things to get it up for sale.
Well, we can't really say that, but yeah, we're not interested in selling it right now, but down the road, it was a commercial business, and we're just afraid that if we don't, and it's big enough to run a commercial business, but if we leave it there. We may end up living beside one, so we'd
Mhm.
rather move it to this property than if we do sell that property, there's never any worry that that's going to happen.
Okay.
Does any of the members, committee members, have any questions for the Morrises pertaining to this?
Nope.
No.
Is there anybody else out there that want to speak in favor of it? Is there anybody out there who wants to speak not in favor of it? If not, could I have a motion, please?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, I'll read the motion. I move that Planning Advisory Committee grant approval of the following variance to the Town of Grand Bay Westfield zoning bylaw number 112 for the development of the lot PID numbers 30290365, also 30290373 for the realignment of the common property line between these two properties. Paragraph A, grant a variance of 2.51 meter to reduce the height of the foundation from the required 0.75 meter above the street grade to 1.765 meter below the street grade. Paragraph B, grant a variance of 0.452 meter to reduce the side yard setback on the north side of the house from 3.5 meter to 3.048 meters. And we have a person who made the motion and the seconder. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary? Motion has passed. The Morrises, you can get a hold of David and tomorrow or at your convenience, and he will advise you where you can move forward from here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
You
Me too. All righty, I believe our next item on the agenda is adjournment.
So moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All righty.
Well,